I made a video and then it fell off the glass of my car. We got a brand new window on our car. Our window got smashed up. Oh, whatever. So I got to start over again. So I was in the Navy. I was in southern Japan in Sasebo, it's called. And pretty much the base was all a bunch of amphibs for the Marine Corps. So I got there in 89, 1990, just like everybody else. We left the ship. We got bored. We went, it must have been the weekend. We got bored. It could have been the weekday because we drank any day of the week. But we got some beer from then, the PX or NX or something for the Navy. So we went out in town. We started drinking beer, and we're at this Peace Park, Albuquerque Park. It's in Sasebo, right outside our base, not very far. So we're drinking, and there's 5 of us. There is Pardon, there's Poor, there's Martin, there's O'Meara, and me, Delaney. Martin and I are sitting on a bench getting hammered. So Tom, Derek, and O'Meara walk over to the bathroom, the head. They use the bathroom, but they do something to the door of the bathroom. They come back. They don't tell us because it's not a big deal. In the U.S., yeah, you could go damage stuff and no one would care. They came walking back to us, sort of giggling and laughing. We're like, what's up? Nothing. So I think we are leaving, or about to leave, and the Japanese police showed up. And they're like, wait, what are you guys doing? Hey, there's damage to this bathroom over here. What's going on? Pretty soon, we're like, we don't know. I don't know. I'm saying I don't know because I really didn't know. But I could look into my friend's eyes like, they knew, but we're just not going to say because we acted like it's the United States, man. We're like, I don't know. Shore Patrol shows up. Damn it. Okay. I guess this is how I'm going to do it. Keeps on falling off the window of my car. It's a new window, so it doesn't even stick to it. So Shore Patrol shows up. We all deny. I was denying because I didn't know. Martin was denying because he didn't know. The other 3 guys, they knew, but we weren't going to say anything. You can't do that, and I'll explain why later. So you can't rat. You can't do it. It's where we are in the ship in deck berthing. There's no such thing as snitching or anything like that. Deck berthing is the worst place on the ship. It's the most awful place, and if you got a reputation of ratting out anybody, say anything like, you're screwed, because we're the stupidest people on the ship, and there would be no problem with some coming and belching you on, us going after you because you said something. So you don't say anything. So I at the time I was like looking around going, okay, those guys did something. They'll admit it. So they take our asses back. This is 1990 when this happens. They take our asses back to the base, I think. I don't think we went to Japanese Day. I think they talked it over with the Japanese police, and the Japanese police handed us over to the base police in Sasebo. So they threw us in the brig there. And then, because my friends kicked the door to the bathroom in, they all took our shoes. So we're in a jail. They're taking our shoes, and I think the guy that was in charge of that night was a second class that was in my division. I'm trying to think who it could have been. It could have been this other guy I think I'm thinking of. But, oh man, we're in a lot of trouble. Then our command, Master Chief comes and gets us, and he taunts us. They take us back to the ship. And I think they kept us really late at night from what I remember. They took us back to the ship, and then instantly people start walking up going, hey man, I need your Liberty card. Hey man, are you guys the Albuquerque 5? Albuquerque 5, they already made up a name for what we did and labeled us all criminals. They have this infamous name, and they're like, hey, there's Albuquerque 5. And I'm like, man, I didn't do anything. And I knew I didn't. And Gabe knew he didn't. But Gabe was always with and I say Tom's the ringleader of the other two guys, and probably for Gabe too. And the whole thing went on for like a week of interrogating them. These other three guys, Martin and I were like, I don't know. But you can't rat on, you can't say anything in deck. So you weren't going to say anything. And I was calling my mom going, oh, Mom, I'm not going to Japanese jail. I'm not going to Japanese jail. She's like, what? I go, they eat fish heads and they spray them off once a week with a big hose and your feet fall off because it's so cold. And I'm telling my mom, I'm not going, Mom. I'll off myself before I go. And she's like, well, you got to tell them that those other guys did. I go, it doesn't work that way in the Navy, Mom. And especially in deck, it does not work that way. I have to wait for them to say they did it. And it went on, man. This went on for like 4 or 5 days. And I'd be walking down the passageway, and Tom, I'd be, hey, Tom, dude, what happened in the head? And dude, I don't know. Oh, I think you know. You know. And then I'd be asking my another friend of mine, John, what happened? I don't know. I'm like, John, man, we're going to all go down. There's 2 of us. Don't really need to go down with the ship with this. And he's like, I don't know. Gabe, all of us had to act like we don't know, but we really knew. 3/5 of us knew what happened, but I had to sit and just ask questions and keep my mouth quiet. And I think Master in Arms were always, hey, write down what happened. I had horrible spelling. It was a joke what I wrote, but I was like, I don't know. So finally, the Albuquerque 5 gets sent to Captain's Mast, and I remember it was horrible because they put the podium for the Captain's Mast was way at the top of the ship. Way at the top of the ship where all the signalmen were. I mean, it's 4 or 5 decks up, all these ladders to get down. Then they put us in these things called the holds. I think it was the forward holds. And amphibs on our ship, we have these big open bays. There are 4 of them, I remember, that open up like big shafts, and we would drop, a tank or helicopter blades or lots of Hummers, trailers, fire trucks would go down, and then we close up that one, put another one on top of that over and over and over again. They made us go all the way down, way to the bottom. And they made us get in our dress whites. They made us go to the signal bridge and get this podium for our own Captain's Mast, and I think all 5 of us had to bring it down through stairwells all the way down to the bottom. Then we had to place it there. And then they got everybody who wasn't on duty, and they made them stand around, and it was so screwy. You're standing there, and I think there were people for other Captain's Mast there, but he expedited us real quick because he wanted to fucking make an example of us. I don't even remember what the captain's name was, but he had to stand in front of most of the crew. Officers were there, chiefs were there, and our ship, I think, had like 180 people in it. So they made most of them who weren't on duty, and we were in port. Maybe we were at sea. Maybe we took off we were going to go at sea. So that isn't bad. Now I think about being on, if I was going to get restriction I was probably get a 45. To be at sea, it's better than being in port, because at least you know you're screwed and you're not going to go anywhere anyways. But maybe we took off, I think. We were underway, and the ship's rock, and they make us go from the signal bridge and bring the stupid podium all the way down the bottom. Then the captain comes out, and man, this dude was like in your face, screaming, and then he did one of those movie things, I think, where are you from? Where are you from? What are you messing up? California. Where? And then all of a sudden he takes 2 of us, Gabe, Martin, and me, Kevin Delaney, and he goes, you 2, you just made dumb decisions. Step aside. And I was confused because I was like, oh, good. This is the part where I wasn't confused. I sort of knew what was happening. They're going to separate Gabe and I from everybody else, and then those 3 are going to get fried. And that would be O'Meara, Pardon, and Poor. They're going to get fried. And they step aside, and nothing got written up about us or anything. It was just, they never went in the record. So I got the experience, and Gabe did too, going through a captain's mast, but technically just getting yelled at and reamed out, and then step aside. Then those guys got fried, man. And they got 45, which in the civilians, 45 days of restriction, 45 days of, they dock your pay. But what happens in that, they take those guys, like they muster them. Mustering means you have to go to this one place every day. And if you're late in the military, that's it. You're screwed. That's why nowadays I'm never late to anything. So like 5, 6 times a day, like, I don't know, like 6:30, 8. It could go on all day, but 1800, they take them down and they make them work for 2 hours every night. And they take them down, like, I don't know. I heard they go in the bilges and oil and have to get nuts and bolts out of the bilge tanks and stuff, whatever. But I didn't have to do that. But that's the Albuquerque 5. I hope this be edited. I've made like 2 other versions before this, but I'm just trying to think of the day it happened. I don't even know. Okay, that's my video. You guys use this one. Started off. This is the stuff I remember. I couldn't remember what the exact time was in 90 it happened, but I know that I think we got underway, and then they had captain's mast. Like maybe right after we got underway. I don't remember. If you guys remember, that would be cool. All right.